living longer, living healthier, living better than ever before. Welcome to Mountain Pacific's Healthy Living for Life, a weekly series that gives you the information, education, and expert insight you need to become an active participant in today's ever-changing healthcare climate. Here now is today's program host.
Menopause is a normal stage in women's lives. Every woman's experience is different, so whether seeking relief from hot flashes or trying to stay healthy during and after the transition, today's show provides answers to questions you may not know you had about menopause and your health. Welcome to Healthy Living for Life, a show dedicated to helping you do just that. I'm your host, Sarah Medley. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Joining us this morning are Dr. Jack McMahon and Dr. Alexis O'Leary to talk to us about menopause. Thank you both so much for being here.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to start, ladies first, and I'm going to start with you, Dr. O'Leary. What is menopause?
So by definition, menopause would be absence of a woman's menstrual cycle for a consecutive 12 months. But there is a lot more that goes into that than just lack of having a period. And I think we'll get into a lot of those questions today. But definition-wise, that's what it is. When a woman stops having her period for a whole year, then she has gone through menopause.
So what I have read is that menopause is a transition, and I think that's what you're referring to. So how long does that transition take?
So you're correct. It is a transition, and there's a period before that last period that can take several years. Sometimes, a few, 4 to 5. Sometimes women go through it 10 to 12 years potentially. And that period we call perimenopause. So the period of time leading up to true menopause.
So besides the period, as you're describing it, what other phases are there?
What do you mean?
So there are several phases of menopause. So there's a pre, is there the middle part and then the post, or not?
So each woman might experience different symptoms through her individual transition, through her perimenopause and menopausal transition. She may experience some of the traditional menopause symptoms. She may experience all of them, and we really individualize each patient based on what she is experiencing.
So I have been through menopause, and the worst part of it for me was the hot flashes. And I know from my friends' experiences, they would say hot flashes were the worst. Why did we have to have hot flashes? What causes them?
So hot flashes are a decrease in the level of estrogen in your body. So as you're transitioning through this time, perimenopause and menopause, your estrogen is fluctuating, usually declining, and that changes the thermoregulation of your body, and that causes this feeling of a flushing sensation. And it can happen at nighttime, it can happen in the middle of the day. There's really no rhyme or reason to when some women will get them. And they can be very disruptive, as you may know, and most women complain of them at some point during this transition.
So I'm going to switch gears, and I'm going to go to Dr. McMahon for the next question.
Okay.
And let's talk about some of the other symptoms that women experience. So we talked about hot flashes. Talk about a few more.
Generally, the most common symptoms that we treat or that we can treat are hot flushes and then vaginal dryness and vaginal atrophy problems. And vaginal atrophy is also estrogen dependent. Generally, the skin in the vagina and in the areas on the outside of the vulva are 20 to 30 cell layers thick when people are not menopausal and making plenty of estrogen, and 2 to 3 cell layers thick when they are in the menopause and when they have lack of estrogen. And that can cause problems with intimacy. It can cause problems. The tissues just won't stretch adequately. They'll tear. Lack of lubrication. Other symptoms that people will get is depression sometimes. Sometimes people get some mood changes, and it's frequently because of the lack of estrogen, but also lack of adequate sleep. And osteoporosis is something that can develop because of lack of estrogen. Again, the estrogen helps with osteoporosis. So those are the major symptoms I think that we tend to treat, and there's various ways of treating each of those.
So of those symptoms, I'm sure some of them are of concern enough that a woman might want to seek her physician's help. So when would that be? Talk about a few of those. When would I want to go see my physician about menopausal concerns?
What I tell people is it depends on how bad the symptoms are. And the symptoms are different for each individual. I mean, sometimes people are comfortable with any type of problem, and sometimes people are not. So it depends on how symptomatic they are and what they want to have treated. If they're having intimacy problems and they can't have intercourse anymore and they would like to, frequently that's when I'll see people. If they have problems with hot flushes and they want some type of therapy to try to help that, we can. If they're concerned about only osteoporosis, then there's other meds other than estrogen that certainly work. But it really is such an individual thing. It's whatever the person is worried about. The biggest reason we use hormone replacement after menopause is because of hot flushes or vaginal dryness. Incontinence can also be related to that. There's a lot of different symptoms, and it depends on what they need.
So lifestyle changes, are there things that a woman can do at home to maybe alleviate some of these symptoms?
Maybe. Obviously with intercourse, vaginal lubricants can help. With hot flushes, there's a whole lot of medications, I guess is maybe not quite the right term, or supplements that are out on the market that are supposed to help with hot flushes. I'm not sure they really do. But
okay. All right. Well, we need to pause for a commercial break. Coming up next, you probably heard mixed information about the safety of hormone therapy as treatment for menopause symptoms. We'll learn the risks and the benefits and other treatment options right after this. Don't go away.